Hey everybody. Uh, we're gonna wait a few more minutes here for some more people to join. So I just wanted to give y'all a chance. Feel free to leave comments, ask questions throughout the broadcast, and I will try to answer them. But today we're going to be talking about the upcoming peak tornado season that runs from basically now up until the first week of June. Sometimes even into the second week of June, but right now is usually the peak. The pattern is looking really ugly for this time of year, so we're just gonna have to take what we get. But we'll wait just a little bit longer, get a few more people on. And for those of you just joining, don't forget to smash the like button, and also feel free to leave a comment, ask your questions, etc., etc. See, we got. We'll wait until maybe 3 minutes in, and then I'll get started talking a little bit more about what the weather has in store for us. It's going to be pretty simple. I'm going to try not to make it overly complex, but see what we can do. Go ahead and wait a little bit longer. In the meantime, if you get, like I said, if you guys get questions, leave a comment down below and I'll answer or chat with you. Just as a little pre-game, I guess. Right now we're looking at the SPC forecast. This is the convective outlook. We're not going to look at day one because that's today. I mean, I guess we can look at it, but it's way up there in Oregon and Idaho and Washington, which is really unusual for any time of year. Usually severe weather doesn't occur up there. No tornadoes, just wind and hail. So I'm sure people up in that area are kind of like, what's going on? Because y'all don't usually get hail up there. But we're going to start at day 2, which is the following day from the current day. Day 2 is going to be on Monday, and day 3 will be on Tuesday. So, got a few more people here. So, I guess I'll go ahead and continue. We've got a slight risk of severe weather here on Monday. The risk that's driving that is hail and wind. It's driving that slight risk. We also have a 2% tornado risk over the Texas Panhandle in northwest Texas, basically from Lubbock all the way up to the Oklahoma Panhandle there. And then we've got the marginal risk extending all the way down into the Big Bend region, down past Fort Stockton. And then we have a marginal risk of severe storms over Florida, mostly the Florida Panhandle and northern Florida. And then we also have a marginal risk of severe storms up in Montana. So that's our outlook for Monday. Tornado is confined to the Texas Panhandle. We have a wind risk, which is pretty much in all 3 areas, and then a hail risk, which is in Montana, and then, of course, across Texas. So that's our risk for Monday. Let's go ahead and take a look at day 3, which is going to be on Tuesday. Now, we don't get the individual wind, hail, and tornado for day 3 or days 4 through 8, but we're going to go ahead and take a look at this. Anyway, we get a marginal risk here. There will probably be a risk for tornadoes when day 2 comes out later tonight. Across northwest Texas, from Abilene all the way up into the Texas Panhandle, north of Amarillo. We'll just have to play that one by ear. We're going to take a look at the forecast models next, but I just wanted to kind of give a little bit of a brief there on the severe thunderstorm outlook. We're also going to take a look at the extended outlook, which is days 4 through 8. Notice it says predictability too low on each of the next 5 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So predictability too low means there's not enough forecast confidence to outline any areas. There is a possibility we'll have severe weather each of these 5 days. I wouldn't be surprised to start seeing something populated in here in the next couple of days, but it really just depends on the way the pattern shapes up. It's been a quiet May, relatively speaking, so we're just going to have to play it by ear. So let's go ahead and take a look at our forecast. Got a few people here. Feel free to leave comments. I see Robin's got a question. What's going on with the weather? Well, the weather is not up to its usual tricks here in May. It's very strange pattern, and we're gonna go ahead and take a look at. We're gonna go back to 0 here, and let me see if I can zoom out. This is not far enough. I have to look at the continental view. So if we look at the continental view, which is huge, gives you the entire North American continent there. We've got a huge kind of ridge going over the country right here. Let me get my pencil out and see if we can draw. This is our ridge right here. And then here are our omega pattern blocks. So when you have a low on each side of the continent, it creates a ridge here in the middle. And this ridge of high pressure is what's keeping most of the weather away. But what we are relying on are little shortwave troughs that come through, something like this right here, to produce our weather. So let me get rid of this pencil here and delete this. Let's go back to our regional view. Oops, national view. So you can see our troughs here on each side, and we get this huge ridge right now. So any severe weather is going to be confined to this general area here, which is what is forecasted for today, although not this far west. I'm just kind of drawing here, but let me delete these. Let's go ahead and take a look at Tuesday. Well, Monday, day 2. If I can pull it back up. Let's see. This is there. This is here. This is Monday at 18. Let's go all the way to 0. 0Z. All right, so we've got this little shortwave here, something here, and you notice these blue is a blue area here with these winds. This is the 500 millibar, so this is very weak upper level flow. I'm not really expecting a whole lot for Monday, to be perfectly honest, not with weak flow like this, but it is what it is. This is a very strange pattern. If you notice up here at the top where these troughs are, where these big major troughs are, especially across here, you can see these winds are much, much stronger through the base of this trough, and then you get the exit region here. So we don't have that same setup here. This is usually further south at this time of year. This is a very weird setup. Let me go ahead and continue pressing forward with our time frame here. This is on Monday. Let's look a little bit. Actually, you know what? I'm going to look at the 850 millibar winds. Those aren't very strong either. So anything that happens on Monday, I'm really not expecting a whole serious tornado threat, even though if we go back to our outlook, I think day 2 does have a 2% tornado, but it's a very, very low risk. I really don't. Any tornadoes that develop are going to be pretty weak, probably. Let's go ahead and take a look down at our regional view, south central U.S. So you can see our lows and our different little things here. Let me go look at our surface. The next thing is to look at the surface. We're going to look at the dew points with wind barbs. Lots of moisture. And if you look at the wind barbs here, you can see the direction that they're pointing. Here. So we've got all kinds of stuff going on right here. This is going to be responsible for our weather maker. A very diffuse dry line here. It's not real sharp, but this is going to be where our weather is going to occur. We have this low pressure centered off here over northeast New Mexico, and then we have our winds wrapping around it, which is drawing this moisture around. And that's what's going to give us our precipitation chances on Monday afternoon and evening. Let's go back and look at our questions here. How do you track tornadoes? Okay, so as far as tracking tornadoes, the EF scale is used after the fact. So it's a damage-based scale. So once a tornado comes through and the damage is done, then they come back in and they assess the damage. They look at the building construction. They see what standards it was built to, and then they make their determination on what the EF rating is going to be, and then you get your estimated wind speeds based off of that. So we don't really track tornadoes using the EF scale. We use it more for historical. How strong was the tornado? We can get ground-based Doppler radar, or mobile Doppler radar, to kind of tell us what the wind speeds are at that moment, or really close to that moment while the tornado is going on. But they don't use those wind speed measurements in tornado ratings. As far as how to track tornadoes, I mean, there's a lot to it in terms of what do we look for. Let me go ahead and push forward. Let me click off of my little pencil here. So let me look at, so you got the dew points. One of the main things that you're going to need for tornado development is you're going to need a lot of moisture. Why do you need a lot of moisture? Well, put it the simplest terms, you need the clouds to be as low to the ground as possible in order for tornadoes to occur. Because that's where the storm is going to tap into the low-level winds at the surface and just above the surface that are going to give the spin that that storm needs to generate a tornado. So if you have lower dew points, like in the 50s, you're going to need a higher elevation in order for that to still produce a tornado. So in areas where the elevation's not that high, you need dew points in the 60s, preferably mid-60s to upper 60s, in order to really get good quality tornadoes. But you need more than just moisture. You need wind shear. So let's go ahead and take a look at mean surface level pressure. Let me delete our drawing up there. So you have these little areas of low pressure that are scattered around the map. You have a low that's defined over here to the left. Let me get my pencil back. You have this low over here, but you also have this 1008 millibar dew point, or dew point. I can't talk today, apparently. You have this 1008 millibar pressure gradient here, and then you get some higher winds associated with it here, and then you have an even lower pressure centered off northeast New Mexico and then over the northwest Texas panhandle. And that these two areas of low pressure are going to be what drives the weather on Monday. They're very localized. And let's take a look at the next thing that we need. So we've got somewhat decent low-level winds, 20 knots right in here. So if I was going to target, I would target this kind of general vicinity right here in northwest Texas. But let me keep going because there's more to it than that. Let's go ahead and skip all the way down to severe weather. The first thing that we usually take a look at is, well, lapse rates. Lapse rates are going to be not that great in this area, but I hear in this area they're 7 degrees, which isn't that great, but it's still better than nothing. Lapse rates are going to tell you how fast the air is going to be moving upwards. So that's one indicator of how potent the storm updrafts will be. So here in this general vicinity, I would probably target this general area right here on Monday for tornadoes, but let's keep looking and see if there's anything else that we can find to help us with where we want to go. And right now, let's just get this out of the way. Sometimes targeting is a day of kind of thing. I may or may not go on Monday, but we'll see how close to home it is. Let me go look at surface-based instability, and there's not very much on Monday. Most of it is confined into central Texas, right in this area, especially over here along the Rio Grande, where it gets real hot with all that air building up against the mountains there. It tends to pool over here and get real hot. There's very little instability up here. So I'm real curious to see what's going to happen with that. I'm not sure how good those storms will be on Monday. Let's keep looking. Let me go down and look at, well, let's look at most unstable. So that's the most unstable layer already. Let's go ahead and look at the next thing, a cap. Now there's why Monday's probably going to be, there's another reason why Monday's marginal. Let me take a look at this. I really don't like Monday at all. Here is a serious capping inversion. Very warm air aloft. I would almost imagine that we'd have a hard time getting any storms to fire. But, that's just me. I'm not a pro. I just kind of do this for fun. So let me go ahead and continue on. Let's take a look at bulk shear. Now we do have some wind shear up here, 54 knots. That's probably why they've got a 2% area delineated there for tornadoes, just simply based on bulk shear. Storm relative helicity, 0 to 3 kilometers is usually what we look for with hail. It's got some in there. I mean, this is all wind shear based. What we really want to see is 0 to 1 kilometer, which is not available on the GFS. We're looking at the GFS for all of this here. So let's go ahead and look at a different forecast model. I'm going to go to the NAM, which is a little bit nicer to us, as we get storm relative helicity here. So 166, 179, I mean, that's probably enough to get a bird fart tornado right here in the central southern Texas panhandle. So I think I would probably target this vicinity, but it depends on exactly where this ends up. By 03Z, which is, 10 o'clock, it's a little bit stronger, but I don't know. Monday just doesn't look all that great to me. Let's look at SIGTOR, which is a combination of other parameters. I don't know. Monday just doesn't look that great to me. I may or may not based on Monday, because it doesn't look all that great. Let's look at Tuesday. Tuesday's the better day, and it still doesn't look that great. This is a very strange weather system. I mean, this looked better in previous runs. 1206Z. If we look at yesterday's runs here. Now, when was it yesterday? Was it 18Z yesterday? I don't know. I saw it the other day and it looked better, but I'm not sure. Anyways, that's basically our severe weather for the next couple of days. Looking beyond that, we're going to have to go to the GFS. So let's go ahead and look at the upper air. Let's go ahead and look towards this weekend, which if any of you follow Reed, that's what he was looking at this weekend, was some Pacific moisture being drug in. Right now we're relying on whatever moisture we can get to come up from the Gulf. But on this weekend, we're going to have some Pacific moisture, so let's go take a look at that. Let's look at, the Saturday 150. Let's go to 147. All right. So this is what Reed was looking at. If you saw his posts on Twitter or Facebook, you still have this Omega block here, but this is dug really far down. So you have a high pressure kind of over here, but this is going to bring in moisture across Texas here. Right in here, we're going to be bringing in moisture from the Pacific, and this should be our next weather system. And that's going to be on day 3, day 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So let me get rid of my lines. So day 7 is Saturday, which is in the extended outlook, really far extended. I imagine that if something's going to happen, we'll start to see something days 4 and 5 for Saturday, but we'll have to see. For right now, we got to wait because these models aren't very reliable past, 84 hours, 60 hours. They're really not very trustworthy. But this kind of gives you an idea that maybe something is on the horizon coming up next weekend. And so that's kind of what we've got going on. Next weekend is the 27th, so the end of May, which we just have to cross our fingers and hope that we get something. Hopefully on Tuesday I can chase something close to home, but we're just gonna have to see. And if I do, I'll be going live with that. Have you guys got any questions other than Robin? I know you've got a couple questions in there as far as how to track tornadoes. I mean, I don't want to give away the secret sauce, I guess, so to speak, but for me, I just kind of wait until the day of. We kind of get a general idea of where the event is going to occur, and then if I don't live in that area, then I'll go to that area on the night before or drive up there on that morning. And then as the day progresses, I just look at the surface observations, which go ahead and look at that. I use the SPC mesoscale analysis to look at the surface observations. Of course, you can see right now there is this low over New Mexico. I think this is the same low that we're talking about for Monday and Tuesday. And you can see that we're getting our moisture from, well, where are we getting our moisture from? That's a good question. Let's take a look. Let's turn the thing off. Let's go look at dew points. Yeah, we don't have a lot of moisture up here. I didn't think we would have any because if you look at the winds, let me draw some lines here. So you have all these winds going this way, right? And you have them here going this way. Our moisture is coming from the Gulf right here, but look at all these winds. They're pointing away from the Gulf. So that's hindering our ability to get moisture in. I'm not even sure where the moisture that's down here is coming from. I guess it's just pushing in off the Gulf. But you got this area of high pressure here. It's really keeping things at bay today. So tomorrow, hopefully these winds shift and they go back this way so that we can get some moisture return back into this area. That'll give us the ability to have better tornado chances with higher moisture. So that's what we're looking at. I wish I could show you something from a previous day. There is an archive. Let's see if we can go look at it. Image archive. I haven't used this in a while, so bear with me. Oh, thanks, Robin, for your questions. And if anybody else wants to ask questions, feel free. I'll do my best to answer them. Looks like this page doesn't want to load. So I'll just go ahead and ignore that. But that's our weather situation for the next couple of days. It's kind of bland this week, which is unusual. But I'm just really kind of hoping for something, anything, that can get us some chase opportunities. And looks like we may have some very limited chase opportunities over the next couple of days. This is Monday. Of course, this is Tuesday, but they're marginal at best. Except for this one's a slight risk, but that's for wind. The wind-driven marginal risk, or wind-driven slight risk, I should say. And our tornado potential is quite low at only 2%. Doesn't mean we won't get one, but if we do get one, it'll probably be pretty short. Yeah, so we're not looking at a typical May here. Really hoping this pattern changes. And it looks like towards the weekend, that pattern is going to change with that low digging down right here. It's really digging pretty far south into the Four Corners and into the Southern California and over Baja. So hopefully this Pacific moisture gives us what we need to finally get a break in this pattern and get some real severe weather going. Of course, I don't wish for anybody to be impacted by severe weather in a negative way. Hopefully all the tornadoes that occur over open land where nobody lives. That's always my hope. Take a look at our low-level jet's not very good here, but I don't really care because it's too far out. That's pretty much it. I don't really have a whole lot else to share. I mean, if there was more weather coming in, it would be a little bit more to talk about, but right now it's just kind of boring weather. Which none of us like. Well, some of us probably like boring weather, but I don't. I don't like sunshine and hot temperatures. I like it to be rainy or stormy or whatever. Even if it's not severe, it's just how I like it. We're going to go ahead and play the 850 millibar jet here. So it looks like Tuesday. I mean, we might have that's really early in the morning now. Yeah, I mean, we're not really getting a whole lot from the low-level jet, which is usually, we really need that low-level jet to crank up in order to get a tornado potential. In my experience, if you don't have much of a low-level jet, you're not really going to get any tornadoes. If you do, they're going to be not very significant at all. This is today. Overnight, yeah. This is kind of useless. So, there you go. Anybody else got questions? There's not a whole lot to talk about. Talk about whatever y'all want, or I'll end the stream here in the next couple minutes, and we will continue on. I'm hoping in the future that this little block right here is full, but I'm not holding my breath. It's really kind of been lame. Let's see. What else can we look at? We can look at whatever you guys want. If you guys want to try to... I'm going to look at the weather up here in Oregon. Oregon, Idaho area. It looks like we got a severe thunderstorm watch. See if I can view it. We do have a severe thunderstorm watch for parts of Oregon, parts of Idaho. Of course, our tornado potential is very low, which means there probably aren't going to be any. Looks like hail is the primary risk for our severe thunderstorm watch up here in the Northwest, or Pacific Northwest. I'll go ahead and read it to you guys. Although if you don't live there, you probably don't care. But if you do live there, this will probably be of use to you. This was issued a number of hours ago. There's only 3 hours left on this, or actually 2.5 hours left on this severe thunderstorm watch. Primary threats are isolated damaging wind gusts to 70 and isolated large hail up to 1.5 inches. So that's pretty much it there. And you can see the storms. Let's actually go take a look at Radar Omega. Let me open it for us here. I'm gonna go take a look at the weather up there. How often do they get tornadoes up there? In the Pacific Northwest, it's very rare. Like incredibly rare. Go ahead and take a look up here. Matter of fact, that's a good question. Best tornadoes. Now this is not a complete list. But let's see. Here, I gotta find where the map is. Annual tornadoes. Here we go. Tornadoes by state. Annual tornado touchdown average, 1996 to 2020. 2.8 in Oregon, 2.8 in Washington State, and 3.8 in Idaho. Even less in Nevada, 1.8. 2.1 for Utah, 4.2 for Arizona. You can see Tornado Alley is kind of limited. All the tornado risk is confined to Tornado Alley. Texas, of course, has the most, but that's because it's the largest state. Per capita, I'm sure that Kansas and Oklahoma win out, as well as probably Mississippi and Alabama. Maybe even Florida, but Florida's a pretty populous state. So, yeah. Hey, Lisa from New Jersey. Thanks for joining us. That's nice to have you here. Also, everyone else, it's also nice to have y'all here. We've been talking about the weather here. I've gone over some of the models. But if you guys would like to look at something, let me know and leave your comments in here. I will stay on here as long as you guys want me to. And we can talk about whatever you want. It doesn't even have to be weather related if you really don't want to talk about the weather. We can talk about past weather. We can talk about current weather. whatever you guys want to talk about. Heck, if you want to talk about the Dallas Stars being down 0-2 in their playoff series, and we can talk about that. No problem. I can't really pronounce your name, and I don't want to try, and I don't want to butcher it. But I appreciate you asking your question. The more that people ask questions and make comments on here, the better the stream is for everybody, in my opinion. So I welcome comments and questions. I encourage them, even whenever we're out chasing. Although when I'm out chasing, it's a lot more difficult for me to answer questions or even see your comments, simply because I have to keep my eyes on the road. But hopefully we have some more storm chasing opportunities here in the next week to 2 weeks. I'm really hoping to get out there as much as I possibly can, because once summer hits, it's going to be pretty boring, and I'm going to have to come up with content for you guys. One of the things I've been thinking about is possibly doing this weekly so that we can keep up with the content. When is it going to get hot in San Francisco? That is a good question. Well, let's look. I will look for you. I mean, I can only look out a certain distance here. Let's look at the Southwest U.S. and let's look at temperatures. We'll look at temperatures. So you're in San Francisco, so I don't remember where that is, but let's go ahead and take a look at our temperatures over the next... I know you're on the coast there. So let's look. It looks like you got mild temperatures, except for maybe maybe Monday. This is the HER forecast. We really need to look at the GFS. It looks like it's going to get pretty hot on Monday. Let's go look at the GFS. I thought that's where we were. This is a longer term forecast. So it looks like the temperatures are, ooh, look at that. We got 90s across the desert here. Bay Area. All right. So it looks like you still got mild temperatures there. 60, 55. I don't see anything hot anytime soon. Man, it sure would be nice to live there with those kind of temperatures. I know I like the stormy weather, but man, it would be nice to not have to run the air conditioner 6 hours, 7 hours a day. Let's keep looking. Gosh, it doesn't look like you get anything significant in terms of temperature for at least the next couple weeks. But then again, past 96 hours, 84 hours, I really don't trust the forecast. But generally speaking, you probably won't have any until late June, early July, but that's just a guess on my part. We had an F3 tornado just 2 miles from my house on September 1st, 21. YouTube has video of it too. Crazy damage. Interesting. Let's see. I'm gonna open an incognito window here. And let's look at YouTube. Of course, I'm using incognito because I'm not going to be signed in. I don't want y'all seeing my videos and my personal channel here, or my personal content there. Let's see, youtube.com, and then let's see, New Jersey EF3 2021. Let's see if we can find it. 1 year ago. This must be it. There's a couple of different ones. Let's look at this one that's only 3 minutes. Mullica Hill. Yep, here we go. This is the one. Looks like we got some security camera footage here. This guy's got 72,000 subscribers. How about that? Oh, I can't like it because I'm not signed in. Let's take a look and watch this. Oh, wow, that tree's really whipping, isn't it? Wind's starting to pick up. And trying to figure out what direction that tornado might be coming from, because the wind is blowing. There's a trampoline. Waiting for the winds to shift. Oh, there's the tornado. There's the... Yeah, you're on the... Ah, there it is. Holy crap. There we go. There's the inflow. Oh my word. That was coming right at the camera. That is wild. How about that? Man, look at the garage doors on that other house. And some of these houses got lucky. Let's see, what else do we have here? Do we have any other footage from it? Looks like we got a different camera angle here. There's a trash can. That looks like a recycling bin. We got debris everywhere. And that surveillance camera sure did hold up, didn't it? My goodness. See, do we have any other views of it here? Let's take a look at the other video, because I think this is the same one. We get an actual view of the tornado. This is from a thing called a channel called Overcast. I like the lightning. Got some hills here. Looks like there's a cell phone video of it. Oh, you could see the motion down at the bottom in between those trees. You can see what probably used to be the wall cloud, and then the... Man, look at that. That tornado goes up above the clouds. I don't have sound going, so I have no idea if there's any language in this audio, or if you guys could even hear the audio. Can y'all hear the audio from the video? Because I don't have my speaker on, and I don't have headphones. Yeah, he's definitely PR. Let's see. Do we get more? We're gonna get more video of the tornado, or is this just? Oh, look, we have a photograph here. Dude shows the photograph from that day. I'm gonna have to subscribe to this channel. Holy mackerel. Well, that's a pretty significant photograph. I guess that's why we had an EF3 there. This is the KDIX VAD wind profiler. So if you guys don't know what this is a graph of the tornado, or of the winds in the atmosphere, as plotted from the radar. So down here, you get these rings, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60 knots. And then, of course, you have directions. So from here, this is northeasterly, southeasterly, northwesterly, and then southwesterly. And you can plot these winds. We had 50, in excess of 50 knots. That is the very first plot on the photograph. And then this is a sickle-shaped photograph, as we like to call it. This is definitely, if I were to see this in a forecast sounding ahead of an event, I would be going to this spot to see the tornado, because this is probably one of the most incredible photographs I've seen. That's wild. 39 seconds in. Yeah, I think I saw that. Let me keep going here. Looks like they got the... Yeah. See, they've got the forecast text. Look at some damage pictures here. Gee whiz. Look at that. That is crazy. Oh, look, I have one of those. Mine is blue, not red, although I do really like this red color. Oh, I don't like the tree sitting on top of it. It's probably going to really reduce the value on it. There's a little bit of humor there. Here we go. Here's the cell phone picture. like a still from it. What's this? We got some nighttime stuff. What's this? Estimated precip. They really went into a lot of detail here with this video. How many views did it get? 2,000 almost. That's not bad. I'm gonna go back and like this video later. Are there any other videos you guys want to watch? I mean, I know you guys can just look them up on YouTube, much like you did with my channel. But hey, if you want me to look at some video from past events, I am more than happy to do that. We've got a few in the suggestions over here. Bridge Creek Moore from the same channel. Hey, look, One Dream's got one from most powerful tornado in recorded history. I'm actually going to have to check that out. One Dream's a really good channel. If you guys have not subscribed to One Dream, it is a wonderful channel. They do really good work. I'm gonna actually copy this link and save it for later. Let's see. This is another one, Tornado in Mullica Hill, from someone else. This got almost 10,000 views. Well, let's take a look at this one. Yeah, for sale for cheap, that's for sure. Actually, it probably got auctioned off by the insurance company. This one's only a minute long. Here comes the edge of it. See. There it goes. Ooh, look at those trees. Dang, it took them trees out quick. Wow. Pretty strong tornado to just rip those branches off like that. Oh, wow. Those two waves of winds. The second wave is much stronger. Look at that. Well, there goes our view of the surveillance camera. How about that? That is wild. Oh, looks like we get another one. Let's take a look. Okay, we don't want to watch the ads. We're gonna be forced to... Oh, we can skip ads, okay. No, I don't want YouTube Premium. Okay, let's see. Oh, this person only has 63 subscribers. They probably don't post a lot of content. Let's see. Hey, wow, they were from they're north of the tornado. That's not a place I'd want to be. Definitely don't want to be north of the tornado. You can see debris floating around in the air, though. Man, you can see it really take shape there. Yeah, I have it usually, but I'm in incognito mode, so none of the add-ons are active. Although that does not help us creators. That actually hurts the creators because it reduces the amount of revenue that we would get from ads. Of course, I don't have my channel monetized yet. I still got to get some more. I still haven't met all the criteria, but I'm hoping to do that before the end of June. We'll see what happens. All right. Is there anything else you guys would like to look at and watch? We got some more. Oh, look, Andover, Kansas. Andover, Kansas was probably one of the best tornadoes. It looks like they maybe disaster compilations. Looks like they took footage from other people. And the Andover tornado, I missed this one. I actually had picked this area as my target that day, but I got suckered into going north. And by the time the Andover tornado was going on, I was too far away to catch it. Probably one of my biggest blunders in my storm chasing career. I really, really regret leaving my initial target area. So if you guys ever decide that you want to go chase and you pick a target area and you're confident in it, stick with it, because you're gonna regret it later if you don't. This Andover tornado is probably one of the most photogenic tornadoes in terms of hitting something direct. I mean, there's so much video of it. That's just incredible. You can see the vortices inside the tornado from this. It's pretty incredible. Hey there, Queen Kings SFX. Look at this beautiful tornado. Look at that. This is the Andover tornado. For those of you just joining, I mean, this is one of my all-time favorite tornadoes. Unfortunately, it did quite a bit of damage, but you can just really see the violent nature of the tornado. It looks like they've sped it up here. I mean, man, look at that. That is insanity. Look what it's doing to those those flagpoles. Even though it's like drawing that air. And look at that, ripped that flag off of its thing. It almost completely removed the flag from the pole. I like that they put the US flag above the other flags, which is proper. Wow, that's pretty incredible. Let's see, there's more footage of it here. I'll try to get something a little more interesting. Oh, look at this one. Oh yeah, here we go. There we go. Look at that beauty. Absolutely gorgeous tornado there from Disaster. Of course, Disaster Compilations looks like this is not their video. Whether they got permission to use this or not, I don't know, but it got almost 6 million views. So congratulations to them, but man, absolutely insane video. Yeah, definitely a strong flag there. That is absolutely gorgeous tornado. Gosh, and to think I missed it. I'm still kicking myself to this day for missing this tornado. Look at this guy casually walking by. Does he even know there's a tornado going on? Does he have headphones on? It looks like he might have headphones on. There's no way he... That guy just casually walked by. Let's watch this again. Look at the guy in the lower portion. He's just casually strolling by. Like, is he completely oblivious to the tornado that's going on to his left? Or does he just not care? I don't know. If it was me, I'd be staring at it instead of continuing my walk. That's kind of unbelievable. Huh. This is what we've been relegated to with this boring May, is looking at tornado video from last year and the year before. Yeah, he's just out for his walk. He's just chilling while this gorgeous tornado is going on. And here this person is. You know, whoever filmed this with their cell phone did an absolutely outstanding job. A lot of people do like this guy, and well, he's just moving. Okay, let's see if he can keep it on the tornado. He's doing a pretty good job too. He's trying to zoom in. Probably not the best thing to do. I found that zooming in doesn't always give you the desired results, but he seems to be doing a pretty good job of, doesn't look like he knows how to work the focus, though. Yeah, tap the screen, buddy. Which I know you already took this. No, Reed Timmer's video is from a drone. I hope they don't have Reed Timmer's video in here, because these just look like cell phone videos, which, you know, that's fine if people do that, I guess, but it's really not fine. I really prefer people get permission, which maybe these people got permission for all these videos, but man, look at that. That's beautiful. If I saw my video floating around on the internet and someone got 6 million views out of it, I'd be pretty upset. Because that's just not fair, or right. Especially with all the work that we put in to get this footage. Of course, these people didn't have to do much work. They just walked outside and there's a tornado. But, my goodness. I think it would have been better to do a dissolve transition there instead of blacking out the screen. Wow, this looks like it's really close. Where they do walk outside. Oh, okay, so they went outside. Look at all the debris floating in the air. But where's the tornado? I don't see it. There it is. Holy crap. Oh, what are you doing? You just... Oh, he quit. Okay. He made the right choice and went inside. And that's the end of our video. Oh no, it's okay. It's okay there, B. I just you know, if it's Reed's video, that's we as content creators, we typically try to look out for each other. But all of this video looked like it was from individuals, so it's not as big of a deal. But yeah, saving his life is absolutely the right move there. Although the tornado wasn't coming at him, but the odds of debris coming down and hitting him is probably pretty high, so it's probably a good thing he went inside. I don't know. We've got some other content creators here that's got video, but you guys can take a look at that anytime y'all want. And I think we're probably done here, unless you guys want to do something else. We've gone almost an hour for this stream. Let me close this window here. We're gonna go back and summarize real quick. If I can, click the right thing here. So this is today's severe weather chance. Of course, we already saw the radar from Radar Omega. This event's only gonna go on for a few more hours, and then it's just gonna be well, it's still going to be going on past that probably, but the next thing is to look at day 2, which is going to be on Monday. And of course, we've got our 3 different risk areas outlined here. The slight risk, of course, across Northwest Texas and Texas Panhandle. I may or may not chase that. It really just depends. The tornado was near you and you kept washing your dishes anyway. That's pretty funny. Predictions for the upcoming week. Like I said, we've got a slight risk of severe storms, and Queen, Kings, FX. I don't know where I have somebody else who has a similar screen name. Predictions for the upcoming week. So we've got a slight risk here. Of course, most of the country is going to be precipitation free. Just because of that Omega block, and you can see the effect that it has on the outlook. But we've got a slight risk here with a 2% tornado, 15% wind, and 15% hail. Day 3, we've got a marginal risk, which this is May, so this is really strange, but we'll take it. There will probably be a tornado risk associated with this by the time day 2 comes out. Later tonight, but we will have to play by ear and see. This one covers my house, so hopefully this one turns into something that I can actually chase. So the more likely outcome is I'm going to be chasing on Tuesday rather than on Monday, but the big story for the severe weather season is there hasn't really been one. Yeah, there might be a good light show. There's usually that, which you guys seem to enjoy that, so I will try to get you guys some more of that. But we'll just have to see. Let's go ahead and we have day 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 in the extended outlook. Those basically the predictability is too low, meaning there's not a lot of forecast confidence in order for them to draw any outlook areas. The big event that may come into focus might be over the weekend. Saturday in particular, maybe Friday. But Friday and Saturday look like to be the next time we get something. But we're just going to have to wait and see what materializes. We'll have to keep an eye on it. The next time you see me go live, it will probably be during a storm chase. It might be tomorrow, but more likely going to be on Tuesday. And then we'll just see what happens. I like to chase as much as I can, but until all my kids are done with school on Wednesday, I can't really go too far. I have to stay close enough to be able to get back home. So I'm just gonna play it by ear and see what happens. And then hopefully we can keep pushing forward with the content here. I know a lot of you voted in the poll that I posted. 97% of you said that you prefer the live streams over normal content. So that's what I'm going to continue doing. I may still post a few long form videos that I edit in Premiere Pro or whatever. But they're going to probably be shorter videos where it's just kind of a summary of the tornadoes that I find or lightning or whatever. Just to kind of have something to post whenever there isn't anything else. Also, in addition, I know some of you have said that you would like to see a weekly live stream. I think that was another poll that I did. I'm going to try to do this every week. I'll probably try to do it every Sunday evening. So I can't think right now, apparently. It's been a long day, but I'm trying to do this every Sunday at 6 p.m. And we'll just talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Feel free to invite your friends and share this link on Facebook. Share our channel on Facebook and see if we can continue to get more people. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll be back next week with another one of these live streams. And at some point, I'll put a camera in here so you guys can actually see me. But my room is kind of an ugly mess, even when it's clean. So I don't really have a nice backdrop for you guys to see. Work in progress. But when I finally do get the camera, you guys will be able to watch me in addition to seeing whatever I have on the screen. But in the meantime, you guys have a great week. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate every one of you guys. And I will be seeing you guys hopefully on Tuesday, maybe on Monday, and then probably again on the weekend. If for whatever reason I'm storm chasing on Sunday evening, we won't be doing this live stream. We'll be doing one from the vehicle. But yeah, appreciate everybody stopping by, and I am going to go ahead and end